how to rewind or repair your standing fan. Now the first thing to do is to loosen your standing fan gradually. You will find this inside. Now pull out the old coil by cutting. But first of all, you hammer. After hammering, then you gradually cut out the coil gradually, bit by bit, till you are done with every and each of the coil. Now this is the coil that we have pulled out from the iron core. The next thing to do is to insert your insulators. This is the diagram that we are having for this connection. Fix your insulators in the iron core. Then get a coil former. Form your coil gradually, beginning from the starting coil. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that whenever I upload a new video, you can be updated with it. Thank you and God bless you. When you are done with the starting coil, you gradually insert it into the iron core. To make the work easy, form your coil clockwise and anti-clockwise. After inserting, make sure that you cover every coil that you inserted to avoid pulling out. Insert your second coil. That is your second starting coil. Then insert your running coil. When you are done inserting the whole coil and the other side, the running coil, you start your connection. Remember that you are connecting from start to start, end to end, till you go around the coil. Pick your first start to the start of the second coil. That is from this place to the other leg. You connect them together. At this point, you need to be extremely careful because any wrong connection will give you feedback instantly when you plug it into the mains. End to end, start to start. In your running coil, your speed 2 will come from the first end of your running coil. Then speed 1 and speed 2 will be coming from your starting coil. You can go back to the diagram that was posted before we started initially. With the aid of the diagram, you can understand clearly what we are trying to drive out in this tutorial for you to understand clearly about this rewinding. When you are done with your connection, make sure you test with your multimeter to make sure that there is no open circuit in the connection. When the multimeter displays a digit, that means your connection is right. But when it is not displaying anything, that means there is problem somewhere in your connection. Just work bit by bit, slow and steady to avoid making mistake in your connections. End to end, start to start. the end of your starting coil to the end of your running coil. Then you pick your binding rope, bind the coil so that it can be strong and avoid pulling out or cutting when there is rotation in the rotor. After binding, then you can now test with your multimeter. When you are done, make your work neat and all together. Make sure that you test every cable in this winding to make sure there is no open circuit. When you are done testing, the next thing to do is to cover your iron core again, tighten it, and then go for testing.